If a defined benefit pension is not indexed to inflation, how does that impact a retirement plan?
This does come up quite often. A person may be concerned that their pension is not indexed to inflation. And it's not all bad. You have a pension. That's actually really, really good. A defined benefit pension is becoming more rare every year. So having one is the first step. One way to look at it is this. First of all, you should have other assets. Things like CPP and OAS are indexed to inflation. You can bump up those payments by deferring them. If you're able to defer them to from 65 to 70, you can bump up the CPP by 42% and you can bump up your OAS by 36%. That gives you more inflation protection. You likely have other assets, RSPs that you can turn into RRIF income in retirement. That's where you can focus more on trying to protect against inflation. One thing to note about cash flow in retirement is how a person spends in retirement. And this might make you feel better about your pension that's not indexed because in retirement, a person typically spends more in what I call the restart phase, early retirement. The spending typically drops off around age 75 in the middle phase of retirement, which is what I call the relax phase. Then, in most cases, it drops off again in what I call the reflect phase. Now, it can increase in that time period with extra care costs, but oftentimes other things can be used, for example, home equity and things like that to offset costs at that stage. But in the reflect phase, dropping has usually declined even more. So if you have the higher income need in early retirement, your pension value is still close with purchasing power today. And as it drops, purchasing power may drop, but also your spending needs will also likely drop in those time periods. So it's not as bad as you would think when you think about what your needs are in those different stages into retirement.